I'm Pradeep Sharma and your examiner today. We're going to talk about entertainment today. Do you prefer relaxing at home or going out in the evening?
I prefer relaxing at home on weekdays. On weekends I'd rather go out on there are times when I would want to go out with friends because that's one way of catching up with them, which I ordinarily don't find time for on a normal weekday.
Okay.
But weekdays are exhausting, so but an evening at home is more like a detox.
I see. So you like to relax at home sometimes and you like to do. When you go out for an evening, in case you choose it, what do you like to do in that case?
Well, it depends upon the time of the evening. Say, for example, it was a later evening, I'd like to go out for a dinner, maybe, or if it was the early dusk times, then I would like to take a walk along the lake. And it also depends whose company I'm in. If I'm with my friends, the kind of friends that I'm with, I'd like to take a walk, watch pigeons or maybe water ripples. Or if I'm with family, it's usually dinner. Or maybe I'd go sit at the club in the lawn and have that kind of an evening.
Okay. How popular is this with others, like maybe your friends, your colleagues? Is it familiar with them also? Like they also do the same thing, or?
Not all of them. There are friends I have who would like to watch every movie that is shown. They'd like to go catch up on the movie. There are some who have children of their own, so their priorities are basis their children. They would like to go visit an amusement park, or they would like to go do things that children like to do, maybe the review mall wherein they can play video games and all those things. But yes, youth mostly who do not have children would like to spend time with their parents or catch up on the friends who you do not meet during the weekends.
Okay. Is there any kind of an entertainment which you don't like? Why? Or why not?
Well, age does it to people. When I was younger, I used to love going partying and clubbing. But then I don't know, as age plays its rite of the passage, I do not like clubbing anymore, and I strongly disapprove of it because it does things to youth that are hazardous, and it's misguiding in a lot of ways, and it becomes a reason for a lot of crime to perpetuate, if I may say so. So yes, I am anti-clubbing.
Okay, what are the entertainment sources for people in your town?
In my town, people, as in if you talk about aged people, they would like to go visit a temple. If you talk about youngsters, they would like to catch up on movies, of course, because there aren't many places in Jamnagar where you could go. They would go visit restaurants or small-time snack bars, or they would meet around the corner, as in some place common between them, and they just hang around there, or some park bench where they would sit and have a nice conversation, catch up on the things they haven't spoken about in a very long time.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you a topic. You will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think what you're going to say. You can make some notes if you wish. Here is a pen and paper for you. And here is your topic. Can you proceed now?
Yes. A friend that I would like to speak about, her name is Shivani Acharya. We happened to meet at work 4 years ago, but somehow it feels like I've known her forever. You come across people who you don't think you've just known. They bring upon emotions in you that you weren't knowing that they were present in you, and that's how it feels with her, so comfortable, so acclimated, so that affinity is very deep. We usually meet maybe once or twice in a month, but the span that lapses between us does not cause us to think that we haven't met in a very long time. Although it's a long time that lapses between the times that we meet. We meet over planning for children because she and I work at the same place, and she's a mentor and I am too. So usually it's over planning sessions together, or we would meet to take a walk and talk about nothing at all, just keep quiet about the entire evening. We also meet to eat together. Sometimes her husband would like to treat me, and I'm like a child to them, so that's how we meet. And we also sit together. There's this boundary wall at the around the lake, where the lake at Jamnagar. That's where we sit together and just enjoy the breeze of the pigeons. And I don't know, that evening feels very pensive feeling to that evening. And why I like her is because I don't know, I feel she's very mature. She could guide me where probably sometimes my mother may not attach herself to me. She brings solutions to me. She brings perspectives to me, and that's how she makes life simpler. She's not the part of the problem. She's often the part of the solution. And planning with her becomes easy because she and I happen to be of the same kind. We have common interests and common agenda as far as children are concerned. And she's very reflective. That's one thing I love about her, because after she's accomplished something or she's done something, she likes to go back and introspect upon what could she have done better, or what her takeaways are, and how could she implement those things and those takeaways into future sessions that she may take with children. I don't know. And there's this spiritual bent to her too. She reads, and I love people who read, but that's not to be biased. There's a spiritual bent to her. She meditates, she listens to chants. Now, all people who listen to chants are, I don't know.
Thank you. So you are constantly in touch with her.
Yes.
Okay. Now we will discuss on a couple of topics. We will talk on qualities of friends. What do you think are most important qualities for friends to have?
I think friends should be trusting each other. They should be accommodating for each other. They should be understanding and always open to communication as far as two people or multiple people are concerned. Because if you're not willing to communicate, you're snapping ties literally. Communication is one way in which people can exchange themselves or their thoughts or their ideas or every bit of themselves. So I think that communication is a very strong and the pivot of all relationships. So if a friend, I don't know, some people tend to crowd each other in the name of friendship. That's not friendship. There are friends who are there, and there are friends who leave when they see that you're not required at this moment, and your friend needs to be alone for some time. And they're always there, as in they don't hold grudges against you. They don't hold anything against you. They're always understanding, and they're a part of your growth.
So the modern day friendship is getting complex.
In a sense, yes.
Okay. Now, which are the more important to people, their family or their friends? We're talking about the modern perspective of friendship.
Well, if I was to talk geographically, to smaller cities, I think family still matters a lot, or I could be absolutely wrong. And I think to bigger cities, it is friends. It even is, a lot of it depends upon the age of a person. When you're a teenager or a pre-tween, friends are everything, and you're more trusting of friends, and you think your family is your enemy because they always want to correct you or have you take the correct path. Whereas once you begin to cross 20 and you're somewhere in your quarter life, you begin to find that it is the family that is your stronger support system. Not that your friends aren't, but then as you go on the uphill climb.
What then drags them towards friends rather than giving time to family?
Which part are you talking about?
I'm talking about the youth, yes.
The youth. I think they have common interests. Now, my mother would not like to listen to rock music. I would like to listen to rock music, and I would like to share share that time and that music with somebody who can appreciate rock music. Yes, I love my mother, but I love my friend who would share rock music and common interests with me. So, I think that's...
What do you think causes friendship to break?
I think people sometimes become too critical of each other and too judgmental of each other. If you allow communication to happen and for the very common agenda of salvaging a friendship or perpetuating a quality relationship, then I don't think any friendship would break. But when you begin to judge people and their actions and you put everything at stake basis upon judgment, I think you lose people. People don't want to be told that they're wrong all the time. People, it would rather help you to tell somebody what they could have done instead.
So, can you categorize it as a misunderstanding or not understanding enough?
Owing to lack of
your friend?
Yes,
okay.
yes. A lot of times.
And any other thing which can cause the friendship to break? Is it other than a misunderstanding or not understanding your friend?
I think life requires you sometimes to take up a job someplace else. Say for example your geographies change, or people get married and they leave a certain town, and that causes that divide to happen, and then they lose touch and they begin to take their friendship for granted, which causes relationships to snap.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about other relationships. What other types of relationships, apart from friend and family, are important in people's lives?
If you ask me, your relationship with your pet is very important.
With the pet?
With your pet, yes.
Okay.
If you have an animal at home, that's very important. I think your relationship with the people who make your life easier are very important. If I may give an example of the person who sweeps or mops your house, they need that acknowledgement from you. It makes everything so positive and happy around you when you begin to notice people and their hard work. I think relationships with your colleagues are very important. You may not be best of friends, but then there's this cordial elegance, there's this cordial grace to being a quality colleague and contributing to their life and their growth. I think all of these are important.
Okay. Now, have relationships with neighbors where you live has changed over a period of time?
Yes, people don't see each other. Particularly thanks to this apartment system, where in their row houses, I still find that people talk to each other because they're so crammed that you would want to come out of your house and take some fresh air. But as far as apartments are concerned, the air conditioners are on and their televisions are on, and they're not interested in each other. They just climb up. They have the elevator. They press their floor button, and that's
people don't have time today. Like that could be one of the reasons, because they have professionally their life is demanding more time.
I understand, but how can you not know your neighbor? Your neighbor is your family almost. Say for example you had a heart stroke tomorrow.
Is it different in the metropolitan towns and the small towns?
Very much. I think smaller towns are still a little humble. Metropolitans are very stuck up. For example, my own brother, he does not know the name of his neighbor.
I see.
Nor does his neighbor ever bother to know what his name is and what they do or what they like or what they eat or what they have in common.
Now, how important do you think it is for a person to spend some time alone?
It is very important to spend some time alone every day.
It's not.
You don't have to impose that upon yourself. It has to come to you naturally. It will happen more, I think, after you cross a certain age of having all the adrenaline calm down a little and you become a little more graceful in life. You've lost a couple of things, a couple of heartbreaks, a couple of failures, and then you come to this pause, and it's such a pregnant pause. Being alone makes you more reflective. Being alone conjures up in you the metacognitive skills. I don't know, it makes you so much more
main thing is
aware
yourself.
of your own
main
self.
thing is reflecting yourself.
And
it helps you to plan what you are and what you want to be in the future.
Even if what you don't want to be, what you certainly don't want to be, it makes you aware of. It may not tell you what you want to be, but yes, it makes you aware of what you don't want to be.
Thank you. That's the end of your test. Now, she has already appeared for the IELTS and she has scored 9 band. So she is a perfect user for English. So that's it. She is Vaidehi Majid here. Thank you very much.